All right, let's get this going. Hey, it's Rebecca. We're doing another draw with me. This time I am doing my version of an original character by an artist friend of mine. His Instagram handle is Daishan Saebuson. I'll have it in the description below so you can find him. You can hire him to design original stuff for your characters in your RPGs and whatever. He's pretty affordable too. You should go check him out. Uh, Doing the grid method again, using that SAKURA Sumo Grip mechanical pencil. It's my favorite. If you haven't tried a jumbo pencil when you're drawing, you should, especially if you've got any kind of tendonitis or arthritis, because then you don't have to grip the pencil really hard, and the handle's nice and squishy. And of course, there's my Japanese feather sweeper for eraser crumbs. If you saw my last video, I was laughing about after I saw Bakuman. It's one of my favorite animes. I was like, I have to try this. What is this amazing little feather broom? It's pretty cool. It keeps me from smearing my oily hand grease and graphite dust all over the drawings. So here you see me. I'm doing a second version because I didn't really like the way the gun belt and stuff looked in the first one. So I'm tracing over the original I just drew. Found some reference material and I actually traced over that just to get a feel of, just to let my hands feel what the lines were like, because I was having an issue drawing it because I'm not used to drawing gun holsters and stuff. It helped a lot to just kind of trace over an image with a pen first and then try to sketch it out. It made it a lot easier. Yeah, yeah, it's traced over made some line work on another reference image I found. I really like the way it turned out the second time around, because once I just traced over the reference material, it was kind of like locked in my mind, so it was easier to draw those shapes. Because I usually do more organic, free-flowing looking stuff, not really structured, square objects. So underneath the drawing pad, you can see that was the first image, the first version. I didn't like it, so I did it again. I really love the way those gun holsters look. Just all the nylon clips and the nylon straps, the plastic nylon clips, the snap closures. Those look really cool. See, this is what I'm talking about. If you're having problems drawing something, just print it out in black and white, save some ink, and then just relax for a minute and just trace over it. Because I don't know about you, but if I've drawn something a couple of times and I'm having issues, I start to get really uptight and frustrated. And just tracing something else that's not related to the final piece, it helps me relax and not worry about it. I had to change the way the straps were hanging on the leg from the reference material, because the character's in like an action pose. I mean, the character is standing. Oh, there's Doctor Who. His coat was perfect. So the character is standing on the side of like a snowy mountains. It's almost like at 45 degrees, so his legs are stretched really far apart, and I thought the straps on the holster should reflect that. So I put a piece of paper on top of the pencil sketch of the second version. I had to look up, this was the best reference I could find for a flapping trench coat. I had my husband pose with one of his samurai swords so I could get the angle right on the hand and just the arm coming back. So I wanted the knuckles and stuff to be drawn at the correct angle. Here I'm using these SAKURA Micron Pigma pens. These are the best. I tried the Zig Mangaka brand by Zurotake. I usually love their pens, but the Zig Mangaka graphic pens, it's almost like you need to take an emery board and file off the plastic on the tip of the pen so the ink can come out. I don't know if that was just a fluke. Here you can see the difference between the first version and the second version. Because I noticed around the edge of the coat I added more definition. That's the first sketch. Everything looks really flat. And here's the second one. There's like more movement. The edges of the lapel and the coat, you can see it's like there's thickness to the fabric. I added edges to the gun holster and the belt, and then there's more fabric folds in the BDUs he's wearing, the basic dress uniform, military pants. So you can see there's more movement. So instead of it looking more one-dimensional, it looks more two-dimensional. So these alcohol ink markers, these are, I think that says Touch 5. It was like 83 colors for less than $50. And they are not the flexible brush tip, sadly, but the ink still works just as well, I think. In the end, you'll see the gray background behind his head looks really kind of weird. I think I just was coloring way too much, and so it super saturated the paper, and it started to make these. I don't know if those really nice alcohol. I don't know if Copics ink would do the same thing. You'll see it later on. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm using the fine tip. It's really hard felt, and the chisel tip is on the other end. Yeah, these are the Touch 5s. I checked on Amazon just the other day to see if that kit was still up there, and I couldn't find it. But there was a much larger kit. It was like 100 and something markers for like $80. It's worth it, especially if you don't have the cash for Copics. I mean, they seem really nice, but I don't have like an extra $500 laying around just for a marker set. I really like how blendable the alcohol inks are. This is really the first time I have tried alcohol ink markers. Okay, watch, you can see what I'm talking about. See how it's getting when it bleeds out, it gets that darker edge. It's almost like a watercolor effect. Is that normal? Can you like leave in the comments, is that normal do Copics do that? Because to me, I don't know, that looks like something like a crappy binder would do in a watercolor or something, like when you use cheap watercolors versus really high-end watercolors, you might have a worse effect where it has that dark border around the pools of color that have been blended together. Anyway, I think the video is almost done. I had a lot of fun drawing this. He has a 9-inch nail shirt on, which I thought was awesome. Because its character was done for my husband, and he loves 9-inch nails. So I think Josh Daishan Saebuson added that. But for 50 cents a marker compared to Copics like $3.25 a marker, these aren't bad. But I don't know. It depends. I guess it depends what you're gonna do. You'll see on the sword blade, I had to the red ink bled onto the steel gray, and so I was trying to cover it up with that white marker. But it was a lot of fun to draw this image.